Top Hill Recording Podcast, episode 169. Tonight's guest, Alicia New.
Have you ever blown a kiss out to the moon and sent your wishes with it? Have you ever known a lazy afternoon that passes in an instant? Have you ever went and done somebody wrong and not know how to mend it? Have you ever told someone that you love them, not sure if you meant it? Well, the next time that you start to fall in love, try not to fall intensely. And the next time that you break another heart, try to break it gently. Well, another broken heart to put up on your shelf, and another broken dream you keep to yourself. In another universe we never part. Don't hold that against me. And the next time that you break another heart, try to break it gently. Well, you run away from love like it's a game, and you aren't trying to win it. And you give all that you would or that you could, but only for a minute. Well, the road is long and lonely when you are alone, and you know that you can only brave the unknown. A perfect moment can never be preserved, only in a memory. And the perfect love may never be enough if you don't have the energy. Well, another broken heart to put up on your shelf, and another broken dream you keep to yourself. In another universe we never part. Don't hold that against me. And the next time that you break another heart, try to break it gently.
Right. Very nice. Nice, Alicia.
Thank you.
Welcome to Top Hill.
Than's for having me.
Cheers, guys.
Oh,
Cheers.
man. Hey, dude.
Cheers, y'all.
Alicia,
Cheers.
I feel like this is
This
is like starting over for me. I've been gone for what?
homecoming, man.
8 weeks? It's been 8
weeks.
weeks?
And it
Yeah.
seems like 8 years.
Yeah, you guys did a great job keeping it going, man.
Dude, I'm so happy to hear you go, welcome to Top Hill Recording. Oh, that was the best.
And you know, we need to also thank our buddy Dusty and our buddy Scott, and
Yeah,
thank
man.
your wife
Brent.
Kim helped, and Louisa helped, and
Spencer.
Brent set in, Spencer. So
Yeah.
thanks to everybody for contributing and making it keep
See,
working.
see what type of village it takes when you leave. One person leaves, man. We have to have 15 people fill your place. But,
Well,
you know.
I felt good when I came back, and then you all at least act like you missed me, man. It'd been bad if I came back. Y'all said, man, we had the best 8 weeks on the podcast we've ever had.
No, man. No, missed you.
Alicia,
You were missed.
what's the title of that song you just played for us?
That song is called Break It Gently.
Break It Gently. Yeah.
Made grown men cry with that song.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. I bet that guitar has some stories in it.
Well, you know, I've had this, yes, since the 1900s. I believe it was made in the 60s, maybe the 1960s. It says inside, made in the heart of Bavaria.
Is it a harmony?
No, it's a Framus.
A Framus. Okay. See, I was wondering if it was a Framus as well because it had you know that little mini guitar I have, Brent?
Yeah.
You guys?
Parlor guitar?
Yeah. Look at the headstock and look at the
fabulous guitar.
They are awesome guitars.
Everybody
They're
falls in love with
German.
my guitar.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have one that's like a mini version, parlor size.
Oh, wow.
And it's a killer little guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could row a boat with it too.
I've had friends find them on eBay because they're like, I need a guitar like that.
Yeah.
Is that the one we took to Nashville with us still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little banger, man.
Yeah, we beat around on that while we were there.
Yeah.
How long have you had it, Alicia?
Since about 1998.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
I've had it stolen and got it back. That doesn't happen very
Really?
often.
No kidding.
I bought it from the guy at the guitar shop, and it showed up at the guitar shop. So
Is that right? Yeah.
2 days after it got stolen. So I got it back within 2 days. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It is.
That
pretty,
doesn't happen
pretty
often.
impressive.
We were meant to be together.
A dumb thief.
Yeah.
or
Did
a good one.
You had a kind of story like that with a bass, didn't you? That was out at a Surface Noise or something, and you called him and said, "Hey, I saw your bass on eBay."
Yeah. But by the time I called, there had been 57 people involved, and it was awesome. That was a crazy community come together for that takedown, man. It was wild.
Alicia, you're welcome to keep your guitar on, or you can set it on a stand there if you'd like. Either way, we're going to talk for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, water is so good sometimes.
Yeah.
Man, it was another
So
beautiful
let me tell
day
you about
out
this
there.
bourbon we're
All right.
having.
Tell
So this came back with me from North Dakota for
Okay.
the
Been?
hotel room.
That's where you've been?
Yeah. And it's a mixture. I took a little bit. That's becoming a thing, mixing bourbons when they get down to the bottom of the bottle.
like
But that's what
mixing?
this is. So this is Jim Beam Black with a little bit of Old Forester 100 proof in it.
It's good.
What do you think?
I think it's the Old Forester when you mix that.
Yeah. Old
it makes
Forester makes
anything
everything
decent.
better. Yeah.
Bourbon will cure a lot of things.
Don't forget your microphone there, Alicia. We'll need you to have that.
Sorry.
So how's your day been?
It started out like a scene from a movie.
I told you you were going to have to tell that again.
Bad
didn't you?
movie. It was crazy town. I don't even know how to explain this. My mother is visiting, and she was helping me in the yard today. She set the field behind my house on fire.
What?
She said, "I'm going to go burn the burn pile." I thought she was going to burn the burn pile we've been burning. No, there was a big pile of lumber behind my house. She decided to burn. Well, it got away from her. I'm in the house. I'm inside actually looking for the address for this place, trying to make sure I know where I'm going later, get my shit together for the day,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to cuss on here.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm ornery. I'll stay somebody sit there with a cattle prod if I can. So I hear a little squeak, and I thought, that's a cat or something. And I thought, that's maybe my mom. She's 75 years old, right?
Uh-huh. I
I go looking for her. I don't see her. I finally look at the back, and the whole field's on fire.
Oh.
And my mother is laying. She had fallen into the burning grass. She's laying on the ground, trying to put out the fire, screaming, "Help, help!" And all I hear was meep, 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 because I'm in the house, Well, I go running, and I'm beating the fire out, trying to help get her out of there. It was crazy town.
Is she okay?
She was fine.
Okay.
She lost her glasses. She lost her sense of dignity. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She thinks she's a 75-year-old who can kick ass, and she kind of does.
Yeah.
She really does. But this was just crazy. The worst part was I look over and I see a kitten jumping out of the fire, out of the burning lumber into the fire.
Oh.
And I'm over here putting out a fire. I can't really rescue this cat. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep my house from catching on fire and the neighbors' houses and the whole forest where I live.
Oh.
So I thought the cat's gone. I'm gonna-
Like how little of a kitten?
Kitten. Like I just saw him a few days. The first time was like a week ago.
Oh,
He was
wow.
a little beady. So today he's a little bit bigger. Well, I see him as soon as I get the fire out. A little bit later, he comes running out of the freaking debris. I don't know how. I ran and picked him up, and his fur just fell off singed.
Ah,
It was crazy. So then I've got him to eat. And he drank some water, and he was
alive.
running around. So he's He used at least 7 of his lives today.
Oh my god!
So if anybody out there wants a little cat that needs some love,
nobody wants a burnt cat. No, I'm just sorry.
I was calling him Phoenix because he rose out of the fire.
Oh, because he is ashes now. He's
No, he's
call him
fine.
Ash.
He'd only burnt a little bit. I was calling him Bernie.
I guarantee you, Neil, there's a lot of people who want a burnt cat.
Oh, because
He's so
burnt.
sweet.
Yeah, people like to take care of rescue animals.
For it. So yeah.
Yes. Well,
That has been my day, is trying to resuscitate. It is
what
fine.
are you going to do with Bernie?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to head to Kansas here in 2 days. My mother's going to have to, she's the one that caused this nonsense.
That cat is now named Bernie. It has to be.
Right.
And there has to be brothers and sisters in that field somewhere.
I've only seen the one so far. So I don't know. And the mother rejected it. The mother saw it, went up, and she didn't recognize it. And she was like, what is that? And took off. I'm like, oh, great.
Don't name it Kansas. Stupid name, stupid state. I can't believe you're going there.
I love it. I'm going to name it.
You said you
Toto.
like Kansas. I
I
couldn't
love it.
believe that.
Hey, Neil,
love
hold
the
on, man.
people.
You can't. You got to quit talking about Kansas on the
love-
podcast,
It's been
man.
every podcast.
The
since
music.
Neil
Well,
drove, bro.
You've already
Since
done that
Neil
for
drove
5
through
episodes.
So
Kansas.
here's what I want to do.
Did
We
you get
lost-
busted or something?
No,
We lost
I
every
wa-
listener in Kansas.
I want you to
about a month
convince
ago.
me. She loves Kansas, right?
I love the music community, the people. I don't
want
care
you
about
to
the state that
convince
much.
me to get something out of Kansas. How about that?
Hey, your hatred it is
The
irrational.
music
It
community.
is. I said it from the beginning.
I'll tell you what you love them. Can I talk about drugs on this show or not?
Yeah.
Okay, the first time I get here to play this 420 festival, they're like, oh, here are your drugs. They gave me edibles, they gave me weed, they gave me mushrooms. I'm like, the biggest fucking things you've ever seen. I'm like, do I have to eat that right now or can I put my tent up first? They're like, oh, we'll help you do all that.
Maybe I
They're
should do my
wonderful
set
people,
first.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you. They're beautiful. Like,
Let me play first.
How about I do my set before?
Right.
All right.
Right.
All right. So they drugged you. It makes sense now.
Pretty much.
All right, cool. No,
That was
I'm just kidding.
That was just a bonus
Neil-
package for playing.
my-
yeah.
Neil loves Kansas now.
I do. No. See, I hate. I hate the
people
drive-through.
there are Awesome. It's the drive wasn't great, but put on some audio books and,
All
Get
right,
your gummy
man.
and go
Kansas,
for it.
you're going to get your second chance.
all right. Let me
Well,
tell
you know,
the biggest mushrooms I've ever seen. It was impressive.
Portobello.
I'm like, what?
And you say you're going there this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah, where are you
yes.
playing?
Well, I'm going to Truck
Outer
Hinge
space, I think.
Truck Hinge.
for certain. I play the 420 festival at Truck Hinge every year. Well, they didn't have the 420 festival this year, so they're doing like a backyard jam. I'm going to do that.
Like a house party type thing?
No, it's a huge field. There's 1,000 people.
Oh, okay.
I think 1,000 people have already responded online.
Oh, wow.
If that's an indication, it's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the
Pretty
grounds
awesome.
there are super cool. You know, like I said, they have a big lake, a pay lake over on one side, and like a shooting range on another. I mean, it's an
Sounds-
OSHA nightmare.
Drugs and guns.
It's an
Drugs,
OSHA
hey,
nightmare.
Drugs, guns, a pay lake, and a shooting range.
I don't know how people
So
don't die there every year because there's like rebar just like sticking
So
in
you
the middle
can-
of nowhere. It's
You can
just
listen
crazy.
to good music. You can eat mushrooms.
Yeah.
You can drink beer. And you can catch catfish.
Smoke
Take your own
weed and
coolers.
shoot-
They let you bring your own
No.
coolers
Hey,
in.
Shoot catfish. You can shoot catfish.
Bring your own coolers in. Bring your kayaks. They're just so cool.
And BYOB. Oh, Jesus.
They're not big fans of the government. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, it's like they're not free for all. Do what you want, but try not to die.
America.
Basically,
Yeah.
I mean, they set big fires. They set a fire across the lake, so it has the reflection
You
off
know
the
what?
lake. It's cool.
Like a big bonfire.
yeah,
They should-
it's
Kansas,
beautiful.
we've got drugs.
Would you go then? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, why
that
not?
makes it a little bit better, right?
I mean, if you're going to be in
Their
Kansas, you need
laws
to tolerate
are crap, but the people are cool.
it. And last time I was there, it was windy as hell, and it was set on fire. It sounded perfect.
Yeah, that's rough. The fire
It's
is
rough.
not sounding too great
Especially
right now.
when you're driving a 40-foot
Mm,
RV.
40 foot? No,
Mhm.
come on. No, I couldn't do that, man. That freaked me out.
20 feet. I don't know.
27.
27?
Pretty big.
All right.
It was
Yeah.
big enough.
Big enough for the wind to blow it
Big
around.
enough to freak me out.
When I pulled in last year, it was lifting my car off the ground like a helicopter. You ever been in a helicopter? You know, it
Mhm.
takes off. I felt my car doing that. I'm like, I got to get out of this car.
I've
It
never
was
been in a
bad.
helicopter. I don't know why I said it.
Because, you know, you're used to your car going like this. It was lifting off the ground as I was
Oh,
in
wow.
downtown Topeka.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, these buildings have been here for hundreds of years. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Just get inside of one of them quickly.
Yeah.
But Two Wolf Studios downtown, and that's where I usually stay. They let me crash there.
In Topeka,
Uh-huh.
8 hours from here.
Is that
In
right?
the
Yeah.
RV, yeah.
Okay.
8 hours. That's
Yeah.
halfway
Yeah.
point. That's where we stay. We stay right outside.
That's where I stay.
Topeka.
Go to Two Wolf Studio. Next time you go there, you'll love these people, man. They're cool. I play the legendary Booby Trap usually when I'm there.
Legendary
And
Booby
Truck
Trap.
Hinge.
He's got some bridges to mend, man. He's
Sounds
Yeah.
like.
I don't think they let me play there right now.
My friends would let you. They're cool.
Yeah. They might let me in just to kick my ass.
No, they ain't like that
What'd
at
you say
all.
about Kansas, boy?
No, they kind of hate their government stuff too. I mean, it's pretty
No.
much they complain about the laws and shit too.
No, Brad's right. It's completely irrational, and I know that. And I'll,
They
I'll
bitch about
take
the
it. I'll
politics
take
and
it all
stuff, too.
back. Kansas, I apologize.
he loves you.
I love you guys.
All right, Alicia, we're gonna ask you to go way back.
Way back.
Yeah, keep
Yes.
your microphone. You're not ready to
keep
pick
your
up the guitar
microphone.
yet.
You can pick up the bourbon if that's
What
what
do you
you're
want my
gonna
very
do.
first memory? Because I have it.
Yeah, your first memories of music, and then
Oh,
you
no, I
know
thought
if,
you meant as a
if there's a
human being.
time when you when you realized music was going to be a big part of your life,
Oh,
maybe
boy.
when that was.
Well, I started playing piano when I was about 4 years old out
Yeah,
of
I know.
spite.
Out of spite.
My sister's 5 years older, and she got piano lessons. So
Ah.
she was like 9. She'd play the piano, and I said, I want piano lessons. They said, you're too little. I said, I'll show you. And I would just sit down, and whatever she played, I could just sit down and play by ear, figure it out.
Nice.
Hear something on the radio, sit down and play it. So it's kind of like a little.
So you made
know.
your sister quit.
No, she took about 6 years. I only took a couple years, but she doesn't play
Really?
anymore, and I
Yeah.
still do.
Yeah. So you still play keys also? Huh?
Nah,
Oh no.
not really.
Yeah.
I tried recently. It was awful.
Yeah, that's
It's just
Muscle memory.
You lose it, kind of. I don't know.
How long did you take lessons?
Just a couple years, but
Yeah.
playing by ear, you don't really. I didn't need to. I guess I
yeah.
feel like I did anyway.
Were you in Kentucky then? Yeah.
Always. Mhm.
Frankfort?
Mhm.
Yep.
I hail from a magical land called Bald Knob.
Bald knob.
So you want to know what my porn name is? There you go. It's a good one.
That's a good one.
My first animal's name was Tweety, so go there.
Bald Knob and Tweety. Part 1.
That's great.
All right. So after the piano, what happened?
I was in a car accident in 1998, and I was kind of laid up. So I got a guitar and taught myself some chords, and I've just been playing covers for a really, really long time. A few years ago, I started writing music and been somewhat catching some ground lately.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who Colter Wall is.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy plays for Colter Wall. He was at my house one night. I played that song I just played. Looked over, he was crying. He said, when I get back from Portland, we're going to make you an album.
Huh.
So we have 4 mastered songs, and we've got 3 or 4 more ready to go.
Oh, so you're working on that
Working on
now?
Yeah, he's been so busy with
Yeah.
Colter's so busy right now. My stuff's like over here somewhere. I don't know. But I've released, if you've checked any of my videos out,
Yeah.
we've got 4 mastered videos on YouTube. They're pretty good. One about the drug-dealing spaceman. He said it's going to go to outer space in a minute. I got a song called Spaceman about a drug-dealing spaceman. Gypsy Witch. I've got the music video shot for that, but we haven't got the song mastered yet. A song called Coming For You, Hook Up, and Break It Gently, the one I just did.
What's his name, your friend? that you're doing that
Jason
with?
Simpson. He
Okay.
plays bass for Colter Wall.
Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you guys do you guys play together?
No, he's so
Or does he
busy
just
doing
have-
that. This was just like a studio, just a project, really. He fell in love with some of my songs, and it was something to do. It's a kind of a rough story. His mother was passing away of cancer,
Mm.
and so he was kind of home with her, and it was something to do to distract him from, other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope that helped him heal in some way. It helped me. I just gone through a bad breakup, and a lot of these songs are. I don't like to hear them now. It's like, I was in such a weird place back then.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But hey, I got some good songs out of it. And people can relate, so that's cool.
May have helped you move to where you are now anyway.
Absolutely.
Got to get them out, get through them, do your thing.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die at one point. I thought I might literally die of a
Yeah.
heartbreak, but here I am. I'm all right. I'm optimistic. I'm happy.
So you, when did you just played covers for a long time? When did you start writing? You just started writing?
I'm going to say 2020, something like that. I've written over the years just little piddly, nothing, you know what I mean? Nothing that I would feel comfortable playing out.
Like full songs and stuff that you just didn't mess with, but you were
Yeah, but
doing
that's not really, and it's happened until about 2020, really.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
And my career has just kind of shot up.
That's good.
And it's pretty much because as soon as people go, oh, you're Colter Wall's friend, you know what I mean? It immediately opens doors. So I realize I'm riding on the shoulders of giants, and I'm okay with that.
Hey,
Hey, it's good to have
whatever
friends.
works.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. You got to have talent to go with that.
That's true. That's true.
You
So-
said you're getting ready to go to Kansas, and that's something you've done for several years.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
do you have like a regional tour you do, or do you just have some places you like to go to play?
Yeah,
or?
just places I go. Nothing. I don't really tour that much. I mean, I guess I might.
So how did that original connection to Kansas happen?
Oh, this is a fun story. I wrote a song about the Atrahasis. Anybody know what that is?
Ultrahasis.
The,
I don't.
The
You?
Sumerian creation story,
Oh.
the oldest creation story known to man. It's literally written in stone on a cuneiform tablet. And they have high-powered computers that have, deciphered these. So it's no longer up to men's interpretation. So I just kind of did a video to that. It's called the Atrahasis, the creation song. And I noticed, I put it in different groups online, and I noticed who all shared it because I thought, these are my people. He's cool. Well, this one particular dude in Kansas had posted my shit, and he would start talking about mushrooms and religion. Dude, he's a Native American, so he's talking about all these ceremonies, and he wrote these beautiful poems. And I just like, this guy's cool. This is my kind of person, right? He wrote a poem after a ceremony one time, and I said, can I put that to a song? He said, oh my gosh, I'd be honored. So I put his song called Unborn Dream, his lyrics to a song. And then a few months later, he contacted me and said, we're having a music festival. We want you here. I'm like, I'm so there. So we just instantly, I get there and all these
When
people are
was that?
so cool. It's been a couple years. It's 2021 maybe,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And pretty fun adventure.
You have another song you want to play for us?
But
We'd
of
like to hear
course.
another. What are you going to play for us?
Well, I can play my Gypsy Witch song. How about that?
Okay,
Gypsy
cool.
Witch.
Recently did a video around Christmas or around Halloween. I had a bunch of my goddess friends come around, dance around the fire in their like gauze dresses, and it's hot. And I made my friend's backyard look badass. I put lanterns and tiki torches, and it just looks like a place you really want to go hang out.
Okay.
Especially because there's a lot of hot, beautiful goddesses there, right? This is my song called Gypsy Witch. Oh, yeah. And Jason Simpson, he's getting this one mastered. He said he wanted it to sound like Revolution Number 9 by the Beatles meets the Renaissance Fair. So we have like Native American flutes and birds, and he put me in there chanting at some point. He just flipped my words around where it sounds like I'm chanting. I haven't even heard that part yet. Kind of excited.
Okay.
My mother's going to hate it. And I'm going to love it. All right, this is Gypsy Witch. A little pathway in the hills winds its way to the old grist mill. A wise woman lives there by herself. A lot of books upon her shelf. Herbs and oils and ancient spells, drinking songs, forgotten tales. She wears her silver and her charms, amulets to ward off harm. She communes with many stones on altars all about her home. She'll brew some tea and read the leaves and know how the planets wane and weave. She's a gypsy witch. She's a gypsy witch. She's a gypsy witch. She calls to the north while feeling the earth. She calls to the east, the air fills with peace. She calls to the south with the fire inside. She calls to the west, summoning the tide. She runs through the field in a gossamer gown, blowing in the breeze, dragging on the ground. She runs through the field with her long flowing hair, fearlessly herself, channeling a prayer. She's a gypsy witch. She's a gypsy witch. She's a gypsy witch. She calls to the north while feeling the earth. She calls to the east, the air fills with peace. She calls to the south with a fire inside. She calls to the west, summoning the tide. She's a gypsy witch. She's a gypsy witch. She's a gypsy witch.
Yeah, dig it.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
was motivated to write that by looking at a pair of tarot cards. I saw saw a deck of tarot cards called Gypsy Witch, and I thought, hey, that'd be a cool song. As we do.
Who spelled Gypsy?
Don't forget your microphone.
Gypsy. Oh, Gypsy. I was a spelling bee champion in 5th grade or something.
Really? I couldn't win a 5th grade spelling bee right
I
now.
probably couldn't either.
So
I done killed those brain cells.
You bought some cards. What kind of cards?
I just saw a pack of tarot cards.
Okay.
And they were Gypsy Witch tarot cards, and I thought, that would make a cool song.
Do you call yourself a witch? You consider yourself a witch?
I don't like labels, so no.
Yeah.
I'm just a magical being.
Okay.
Just exactly like everyone else.
All right. Just so you just buy tarot cards, huh?
No,
I didn't even buy them.
No, I just saw them.
Oh,
I
you
just
just
saw
saw
them at a psychic thing. I don't know. I went with a friend. I don't know. I just saw them. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Oh.
Have you ever had anybody tell your fortune?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. How many times have you done that?
The first time I had the weirdest experience.
Oh.
She had a freak out.
What do you mean?
The person telling your fortune did?
Yeah.
Because she saw something crazy in your future, or what?
Yeah, I got an interesting card that evidently she never gets.
Oh, yeah.
What'd she say?
I mean, I was raised kind of religious, so for me, that was like something you didn't mess around with or whatever.
Christianity.
Well, definitely that now. But no, the tarot cards and stuff back then. And I met this lady, she was kind of psychic, and I was at a pagan party, a new moon party, and a bunch of people. And she's the only person I thought was ever really legitimate, like a psychic. Everybody else I thought was hokey and just full of shit. I was like, she's written books and shit, and I read her stuff. I'm like, this person's legitimate. And she said, I want to do your cards. I was like, okay, cool. So she's doing, everything's pretty normal. And then she gets to the very last card, which evidently is the culmination of all of them, right? And she goes, oh, no. And like basically orgasming, freaking out. Everybody comes running through the house and they're all like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? What's going on? I'm like, what is it? She said, you got the bliss of all bliss cards. She said, you're going to meet your soulmate. She said, most people don't. She said, blah, blah, blah. And I remember the whole great story. And of course, every turd I've dated in the last 20 years, I thought was him. And it ain't yet.
Yeah.
So I'm still optimistic.
Still coming, yeah.
He's out there somewhere. My bliss of all bliss.
Yeah.
But I treat them all as the bliss of all bliss. So, you know what I mean? That's all you can do.
So what made you think this person was the real thing?
Well, what person? No. Oh, her?
Yeah.
Until she said,
Just her.
$100, I'll tell you his name.
No. But what's interesting is years later, we connected on Facebook.
Yeah.
She came to my house to get a massage, and we were talking one day. I said, do you remember doing my reading? She said, I don't remember you. She said, but I remember getting that card. She said, and I haven't got it since.
Really? It
Her
just
name's
never
Catherine
comes out of the
Kaufman.
deck, huh?
Her name's Catherine Kaufman. She's a psychic out of Lexington.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah, I think cough.
Yeah.
I wonder if she knows we're talking about it right now.
My son, my wife and
She
son have a
unfriended
little
me on
Cos-
Facebook, so I don't know what.
Oh, dang.
My
Just
wife
kidding.
and son have a little psychic connection going on.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they
Absolutely.
Has it always happened?
they just have feelings when things happen to each other. They have,
Hell yes.
it's just like the latest one was, we just went to North Dakota. And while I was in North Dakota, my son told us while we were in North Dakota that we're going to be grandparents. They're expecting.
Uh-huh.
So
Congratulations, everybody.
So
involved.
then I tell Brent, I said, your mom told me this 4 weeks ago. So they were waiting for us to get there to tell us. But Cindy said a month before, she said, I had the feeling that Brent and Lexi are expecting a baby.
Really? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Has she always done that with
She
him?
and Brent, yeah. Now Brent's got a little something though. He's had things like when he's about 4 years old, we were over at my mom's house and the phone rang. Nobody picked it up. Phone rang again, and nobody was picking it up. And he said, Andy, you better get that. Pappy might have been in a car wreck. And picked it up, and somebody was calling that he was in a car wreck.
That's crazy.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Each one of you, do you remember your very first memory of ever? As far back as you can remember. What's your very
wow.
first memory?
Oh.
Gosh, let me think
I have a
about
really
that.
good one. Mine is really good.
All right, you tell us yours, maybe we'll
Yeah.
think of.
I remember reading people's minds.
No, I don't.
I
have
remember the
anything like
incident that had happened with my mother, the crazy incident today. I don't remember. We were on the farm where I'm living now. I asked her if I could do something, and she said no. And I remember thinking, you old meanie bitch, or thinking something mean in my head. And she didn't react. She should have been like, why did you think that about me? But she didn't. And I remember thinking, she can't read my mind. I could read hers. I could read everybody else's. I thought they could read mine too. And I remember thinking, I'm alone in here. I can think whatever I want. Ha ha ha. Yes. That kind of business. You know what I mean? I believe that's the birth of the ego. I think until that moment, we're all just, communicating telepathically. So watch what
Huh.
you think around little kids. They're reading your minds, just so you know. I'm not special. I just happen to remember it.
Yeah.
So I think we were designed to communicate
Well, I don't have any
telepathically.
memories like that.
I remember a couple of things that I remember. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I remember more things than I think I would. I remember running into my dad's brown Datsun in the driveway on a bike. It was like the first time I had to look at my wiener to see if I can I
You
was,
didn't break it off.
yeah, I was probably 5'4" maybe. I barely. Fortunately, it was okay.
That's when
It wasn't impressive, but it was okay.
Still attached. Hey.
Yeah. Another one I remember is having I think one of my birthday parties, I don't know what year it was, my grandpa, Stu Harrod, bought me, I'm pretty sure it was him, got me a Spider-Man big wheel. It was like one of my first big wheels. And I remember riding it over to him and looking up at him. Nothing but, and then that was before the bike, of course. That makes sense, doesn't it? And then I can remember sniffing gas.
All right, Alicia. I don't have any memories like that, but I did have invisible friends as a kid. Yeah. And my parents said I'd get mad if somebody tried to shut the door behind me because I think one of them was a pink elephant.
Ooh,
So, yeah, that was a weird kid.
creative imagination.
Yeah.
Really?
Was I imagining it? Who knows?
You were eating the mushrooms out in the
Maybe there was-
backyard.
maybe there was a pink elephant with
Did you
me.
sniff gas?
Who knows? I never did sniff gas. I do remember liking what gas smelled like, though.
Want to go sniff it? No, I'm just kidding.
That can't be good for your brain.
Oh,
Man, I was at a friend's
would have to
funeral.
kill
I was at
you.
a friend's funeral a few years ago, and some guy got up with the microphone in front of all the family, the mother and everything, and was like, "First time I met Kimmy, he was snuffing, huffing gas in the front yard, mowing the grass." I was
Oh
like,
my
"He's saying this
gosh.
at the guy's wake." I'm like, "Can you wait until this later around the keg or
Yeah.
something?"
Yeah, I did
Till
think
the mother
about
sitting
that.
there, hoo, hoo, hoo. It was
I did think-
crazy.
I wonder how much more developed my brain would have been if I wasn't sniffing gas a few times when I was like 6 years old.
I don't think you heard anything, man.
What? Oh,
You're
God.
a spelling bee champion anyway, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was always.
Hey, you're Dixon in whole, so you're good. That's all that matters. You don't need your brain.
It's still full. Full. I don't know.
So Alicia, while I was gone, these became known as Brad's questions.
Weston's
I noticed-
questions.
I noticed-
Weston's questions.
Right on.
Why did we just think of that?
I don't know.
Damn.
He's here.
Awesome.
Weston's questions.
It's time for
So we've
Weston's
already
question.
hit this first one quite a bit with you just in conversation. But what is something non-musical about you that people would find interesting? I think we've already heard a lot, but what else? What else is there?
I make stained glass mosaics.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
I have a webpage called Galactic Glass by
Yeah.
Alicia New, and I do like non-traditional stained glass, like aliens and mushrooms. It's shocking, right?
You believe in aliens?
Sure, of course, whatever. I don't know. Could be.
Do you think we've been visited by
If you've
aliens?
studied quantum physics at all, you know that we don't know. We know nothing.
I know
Oh,
this
yeah.
table.
We think we actually
I know
figured
this
out.
table's moving.
Do you,
Yeah, everything is right
Yeah.
on an energetic
Constant
level.
motion. Yeah.
Yeah,
you think we've been visited by aliens?
possibly.
I know your answer.
According to some of the
What's my
ancient
answer?
texts,
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
definitely.
They're probably our
100%.
progenitors, is my guess.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Have you ever just studied direct panspermia, where people talk about that maybe they put spores here to,
That's Brad's
To grow
porn.
humans?
That's Brad's
to
porn name,
interact with us? 'Cause
panspermia.
that's one way they could communicate with us, so we can see other dimensions and not have a freak out.
Well, there's some weird stuff about fungi.
Check that out, directed
I'm a fun guy.
panspermia.
Oh, what?
Oh man, the dad jokes never stop
They
around
don't
here.
stop.
Alicia.
They don't stop. They don't stop. Don't you, Batum Tube? You're the king
We
of
need a
dad
sound
jokes. and You
effect.
ain't got a kid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess.
I've got
probably
some
not
good
either.
ones, man.
Yeah.
Saving up, huh?
Yeah, I think you're very open-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to think there's aliens that have visited for
kinda.
sure.
So what else you make out of stained glass?
Oh my. Well, I also make
What's
jewelry.
what's the
stuff
last
like that
thing you
too.
made?
A blue jay.
Okay.
I haven't finished it yet, but I'm working on it.
I got a
Almost finished.
daggone blue jay in my backyard that
They're mean.
pulls the birdhouse apart.
Yeah, they're
Oh, yeah.
He
mean
won't
as
just
hell.
go in there and eat in it. He pulls the perches off and he dumps the bow off the top. I'm about ready to get the BB gun. He's trying. He's almost running it for all the other birds.
Do it. Yeah. You know what? Put a hummingbird feeder up there.
Maybe
and
he's
then
just trying to
say,
flip
"Screw
it."
you, bluebird.
I don't know what he's doing. I think they just
They're just
destructive.
jerks. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Just jerks.
also are the only bird that comes down and wants to peck you in the hair. You know?
Yeah.
You ever had one swoop on your head?
Oh
They're
yeah.
peckers,
Yeah.
man.
Swallows.
They get the cats outside all the time at our house,
Mhm.
which we don't have inside cats, so
Hey,
they're
you-
under constant attack.
I would say those cats kill way more birds than those.
You don't need a
blue
cat, do you?
Yeah, it might be. Nah, I don't
Little
need.
Bernie
I,
cat?
Bernie?
I would do a cat if it wasn't burnt. don't
I
do burnt
guarantee if
cats.
his wife was here and heard about Bernie, she would
Oh,
tell you to
yeah.
bring it over tomorrow.
Dude,
Yeah.
she thinks she has pet raccoons because there's raccoons
In
in
the
my
garage.
garage. Yeah, she's like, look at our raccoons. I'm like, no, we don't have raccoons. Stop it.
That's an infestation, Kim.
Yeah.
Not a pet.
Well, I mean, she's.
Oh.
I mean, it's see what she did. Cute. That's
Yeah.
what she does.
Yeah.
Cute. It's not. I mean, they are
It's cute because it's in your house.
They're
In my house,
cute.
they're gonna get a 22.
Well, they're out
Their butt.
there. So if they were in my stuff, it'd be
Yeah.
a problem. But they're out there.
For now.
Yeah. Freaks the dogs out.
Do
every
they
now
have a
and
bunch of
again.
babies?
They have them.
In the wall, right? She told me about this the other night.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
all
she
over
sent
the garage.
me.
You
She
got-
sent me a picture of two of them
Yikes. That's
looking
next
around the
level.
corner today. She's like, "Oh, it's so
Infestation.
cute." I'm like, "No,
People do make pets out of raccoons, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And possums. Little
You want-
Ooh,
why do you want
possums.
one?
Oh, no.
Possums are stupid,
Possums
man.
are
They have those
gross.
teeth."
Ugh.
Yeah, nah. Possums.
So Alicia, tell us something else that people need to know. I just had a feeling
I have
there's
a
something.
pet possum.
I had a feeling there's something else about her.
Let's see. I've been a massage therapist for 20 some years. I've been a Reiki master for 15.
You
I do
got-
structural
a Reiki
integration.
master? Is that like
Reiki?
meditation?
It's more of the like laying of hands.
Okay.
And I do structural integration, which is like Rolfing. There aren't very many
Not
people in
really.
Kentucky who do it.
You do Rolfing?
Yes.
I was the only thing in
Hold on. I don't even know what that is.
Rolfing is like
Working on the fascia.
It's-
working. And
I'm a
your
mailman.
your
You gotta feel my
relationship
shoulder
to-
before you
Like
leave. I'll
deep
pay you
tissue
$100.
massage. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
it's working with your relationship to gravity too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Your
feel like-
fascia. Concentrate more on fascia rather than muscle tissue. But I do
Okay.
both. I love trigger point therapy and deep tissue. I got little pointy elbows, and I can put some weight behind it so I can really get in there. I won Frankfort's best massage therapist for like 20 years in a row.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
go-
Is that right?
Even the year I lived in Louisville.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
That's some info right there, man. That's
Yeah.
some good stuff to know.
What's your
Goodness
rate?
gracious.
$1 a minute, plus 20 for travel, and 20 for each county I have to drive through to get to you.
Oh, that's easy.
Do you have a partner that you work with?
No.
Okay.
Ooh, no.
Oh, that's
I don't know. I'm
easy
just
money.
thinking
Nah.
about couples
a-
massages.
It's a nah. Oh,
Uh-huh.
well. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you get couples massages. You go first, then you go next.
I'll run with my arms and the other one with my foot, I guess.
Yeah.
We used to do one after
Interesting,
the other, do them tandem.
Yeah.
What's that called? Roofing?
Rolfing.
Rolfing.
Rolfing?
I'm not roofing people.
It's like, I'm going to come over,
No.
I'll massage you, I'll put the towels on, or whatever you need. Just towels. Well,
You could put towels
You
on the roof.
could.
Yeah.
You could. Yeah. The roofs I deal with, that I see every day had towels on them.
Yeah, you're out there in the rich end of town.
That's right, my people.
Yeah. All right, Alicia, tell us about a nightmare gig or something that's happened to you on stage that's been embarrassing.
Usually it's just my reaction to poor crowd, like people talking loud and just,
Mm.
I don't know. I watched a video recently and I can tell I'm visibly getting mad. I'm getting upset. It just really bothered me. I've been looking forward to this show. Some big artists, Daniel Cain was playing, know Daniel.
Mhm.
Some other of my
Yeah.
friends.
Awesome. Just in.
But it was their wives that were blah, 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 blah. And I see myself getting mad. I'm like, I need to just be professional and just ignore it. Like I normally, just don't let it get to you. But I don't know. I let it get to me. You know what I mean? I got to do better about that. I can do better. I know. But I let that get to me and
Well, that is a little bit
That's
aggravating, though,
it
the
is.
wives.
It's aggravating.
I always go, so I can see both sides of that. I
But they're
think,
quiet when their
like if
husbands
you
are
go
up.
to a listening room, of course you'd expect people to listen to the music, if
Yes.
it's kind of known listening room. But I do see when you're playing at a bar, people go out to hang with their friends
This
and be
people
social.
pay $20 to get in to hear us. They
Yeah,
didn't want to
yeah.
hear you talk about your diaper genie or whatever
But the
nonsense.
musician's artist, I mean, the artist wives.
Our spouses, yeah.
And it was funny. She was real quiet when her husband was up playing. And I'm like, I get up and it's like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Sabotage.
yeah. I know she didn't do it intentionally. It was just not thinking. Just not thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that drives
Get
my mom almost goes insane about that. She likes
Same.
to sit and hear the music, and it drives her crazy if there's people around her talking.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like venues that have, conversations outside or over here's a smoking area, whatever. Take your conversations,
Yeah.
I love it when there's a crowd that like Berea, always a good crowd there because everybody so wants to hear new music. They're sitting there with bated breath. It's quiet. You can hear a pin drop. I'm like, oh, these are dream crowds for me. And I play bars and stuff because that's who pays your money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But those are,
That's how the Monarch
art shows
is.
and stuff.
Here at Louisville, we have a place called the Monarch, and it's a listening room like that.
Oh,
People come in
okay.
and they want to hear the music.
I'll
and
have to try to get in there.
It's
You could hear
beautiful.
a pin drop.
Sounds cool.
We've had some musicians say, though, it's very intimidating, though, the first time they've done that,
So
play for a
quiet.
crowd
We've had
like that.
seasoned vets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Say that.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
Let's say, look, man,
People are just listening so hard.
You want it, and then you get it. It's like, ooh,
Somebody-
they're gonna listen to everything I
Somebody
said.
at least coughs quietly or something.
Break the ice.
You gotta. That's when, I think that's when it shows though. Rooms like that, if you can, not even if you can play, but working out sets as a comedian and trimming fat, that's where the fat needs to be trimmed. When you sit down and everybody's listening, the song has to be ready, in a place like this, in a place where it's
You better be rehearsed.
you better just know what that song's trying to say. Is it saying what you're trying to say? Is it really finished? Is it solid? Because the people that play in that room are pros, or on that, on the circuit of playing all the time and playing originals and doing those things. So, yeah, and yeah, it's not even. It's just.
We don't want people to misunderstand what we're saying either, though. I mean, the crowd's always super supportive.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a super
I'm just
supportive
thinking.
crowd.
I'm thinking about
Pressure.
it in the
Pressure
artist
from-
sitting in the
Yeah.
seat with the guitar in hand. A lot of places you can get away as an artist. You feel like at least if they're talking, I can flub a line or do this or that. But
Hell, you play late night in bars, you don't even have to know the words to your last set.
nah. Yeah, the band was great. I couldn't hear anything you said. Yeah, you just
Phonics. You can go with strictly phonics. All right, Alicia. So you just mentioned Daniel Cain, but who's the last local artist you've listened to?
Well, I've been playing with Sparky Green regularly
Sparky Green.
with the
okay.
Pollinators. I've been playing drums with them,
Oh, yeah.
and I've been playing drums with the Edibles. I've been loving it. I'm not a drummer. I just get up and feral play some. I love it though.
Do you do...
Love it.
With everything else you've talked about, I bet you're into the drum circles and things though, right?
Of course. That's probably where I got my drumming experience, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Been doing that a long, long time.
Yeah.
Very primal, very, I don't know, organic and church-like. Very spiritual.
Yeah. That's cool. I've never done it. I love to play drums and I love to beat on bongos and congas and whatever.
dude.
I would probably love a drum
But
circle.
you think
I've
about
never
it,
done
for millions of years, we didn't have calendars and clocks and shit. Different tribes would say, meet here when the moon is big and round. We'll all meet here. You bring what you grow. We'll share our food. We'll share our women. Whatever. You know what I mean? Have a big party, right?
Mhm.
And that was their church. That was their religious experience. Their festivals and stuff. By the full moon, by the moon signs.
Festivus for the rest of
So
us, man.
it still feels very normal to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, resonates with me anyway.
Yeah. Let's hear another tune. What do you
All
have
right,
for
then.
us? Tell us about it. So, Neil, you know who would love that guitar?
Yep.
Who?
Jeremy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Jeremy Pinnell.
Jeremy Pinnell would love that guitar.
Yeah.
This song, I had a girlfriend come over one night crying. My friend Scarlett showed up. She and her man they broke up again. She had given him an ultimatum. He was doing some shady business, and she said, either tell me the truth about this or don't call me anymore. He wasn't calling her, he blocked her calls, and I said, well, you're the dummy who gave him an ultimatum. So the first line is she told him not to call, and that's exactly what he did. This a song called The Ultimatum. She told him not to call, and that's exactly what he did. She broke her own damn heart. Now she's struggling again. He didn't want to play her game, but she was all wrapped up in his. She could just get one more chance. She could just get one more kiss. She couldn't make him change his mind. She couldn't make him change his ways. She couldn't make him turn around and go back to the better days. But it don't work like that. Only on TV. Careful what you know. Careful what you do. Careful what you need. You can't make them change their mind. You can't make them change their ways. You can't make them turn around and go back to the better days. 'Cause it don't work like that. Only on TV. Careful what you know. Careful what you do. Careful what you need. You can't make them change their mind. You can't make them change their ways. You can't make them turn around and go back to the better days. All we have is our love. All we have is our soul. There's one thing left to know. One thing left to do. Take your dignity and go. She told him not to call, and that's exactly what he did. She broke her own damn heart. Now she's struggling again.
Yeah.
Good song.
Thank you. Have a happy ending. Have a happy ending for that story.
Okay.
I'm
Let's
a
hear
massage
it.
therapist. I don't say that very often. I never say that. Shit just grosses me right out. I was playing
That
at the
was
Cooperage
hilarious.
in downtown Frankfort recently, and they walked in together. I
That's
said,
really?
I made him listen to it. I said, "You made my girlfriend cry. You got to hear this shit." And I never did find out if she found out the shady business, but she's happy. That's all that matters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more.
All right.
The Ultimatum.
The Ultimatum.
So
I originally
Alicia,
called it Take Your Dignity and Go, but the Ultimatum just seemed easier.
Yeah.
don't forget your microphone. That's
I
okay.
didn't forget the bourbon. Like Colter Polly. I can talk to you now.
So you have 4 songs that are ready to roll. How many songs do you have
Written?
that you think you would be ready to record and kind of just
About 150.
Okay, so
Oh, so you've
just
been
in
writing a
a
lot.
small window that you've been writing, you just kind of go like crazy.
Man, I can write a song in like 30 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
One night, I got a new bow stick. I wrote 4 songs in 40 minutes. And I play 3 of them regularly. One of them, I don't
Nice.
remember what it was, but the other 3, I play them all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My song called Moving On.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all checked out any of my videos or whatever. I've got that one. That one's mastered. I didn't do that with Jason. That's a different guy. And I wrote a song called Another Friend, which is like my one horny song, and a song called Lonely Blues, all in one night.
How many do you think you'll end up with on this record?
Well, we've got the 4 mastered. We have Gypsy Witch ready, Different Picture, Dream of Sin. So at least 3 more, maybe 7.
Okay.
He said, and he's such a control freak. He's playing every instrument on the whole album. All I do is wrote them and sing them and do the videos, of course. But he did have a song called "Fuck This." He said, "I might have you play guitar on that one." I'm like, okay. So that's the only one that I'm allowed to play guitar on, I guess.
Yeah.
If we even do that one. Now that he's not in Kentucky, I'm not sure that'll ever get done. But whatever, it was a thought.
Yeah.
Huh.
I guess
And the kids love that song, the young kids, because it's kind of got like a Rage Against the Machine, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess he's traveling a lot, huh?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I hope you can get that done.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said last time I talked to him, he says he just needs a new computer and blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not holding my breath or anything, but
It'll
would help-
happen.
It would definitely help my life, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I have an album to sell. Especially with some cool shit on it, like Spaceman. Check out my video, Spaceman.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I'll play
Yeah.
Spaceman next.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome.
So before we do that, before we hear Spaceman, our listeners that want to follow you a little more closely and find what you do have out there, where can they find you?
Alicia New Music on Facebook. YouTube, you have to look up like Alicia New Kentucky or a specific song, or else you'll find Alicia Keys' new stuff. You'll
Okay.
never find me.
And it's just NEW.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very unfortunate in that department.
All right. So tell us about Spaceman.
Well, I have a buddy who used to be a drug dealer at Kentucky State University in the 1970s. They called him a spaceman. And I thought, there's got to be a song about that, right?
Yeah.
He said his crowning achievement was selling drugs to the Harlem Globetrotters. So I had to work that in just somehow, you know.
Hell yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is a festival favorite. And the video for this, y'all got to check the video out. It's trippy. Jason made this one sound like a flamenco song or something. It sounds way cool.
Awesome.
Okay.
And I put a groovy video just using GIFs from the internet, but it's pretty neat.
Okay.
Spaceman. Who did you call when you needed some weed? You called the spaceman. Who did you call when you needed some speed? You called the spaceman. The spaceman comes from outer space. He'll steal your mind and steal your face. He shows up with the medicine to make you feel again. Ooh, spaceman. Oh, spaceman. Ooh, spaceman. Inside of his magic box, herbs and oils, fungus and rocks. He navigates the astral plane to help us mitigate our pain. A potion or a tincture too. He can put a spell on you. Into another realm you fade to reappear another day. Ooh, spaceman. Oh, spaceman. Oh, spaceman. Sit, enjoy a spell with him till it's time to trot the globe again. Once you have the remedy, you sink into serenity. Floating on a distant cloud, he'll show up when you are down. After you have made the deal, he flies off in a bookmobile. Oh, spaceman. Oh, spaceman. Oh, spaceman. Oh, spaceman. Oh, spaceman. Oh, spaceman.
Yeah, Spaceman. All right, Alicia.
There you-
Thanks for spending some time with us this evening.
Thanks for having me.
All right.